Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is August 22nd, 2026, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over here to the charts and see what we see. I'm going to maximize this quarterly chart so we can see what we see here. And what we see here, we still see a green doji. It's a big doji. Since those wicks, upper wick and lower wick, are about the same size, and they're also about the same size as the body itself, I call it a doji. You know, it's still a doji. We're still above our resistance one level, so we're still okay. We just got a little bit of a push down and all, and we're still kind of looking okay. We got higher lows, higher highs, and all on the big picture. Nothing to get too nervous about. It's all how much of a wick do you want to see before you need to be really kind of cautious and worried based on your trading plan and your trading strategy. But me, I'm still kind of okay. I just sell a call once I start seeing that happen based on what I saw on my lower time frames. That's what I do. All right, let's go down to our monthly chart and see what we see there. Oh, I got to change that over to this. That didn't change. Boom, on our monthly chart. What we see here on this monthly chart, I'll zoom out a little. If you want a full screen, you probably want to see a little bit more information. Let me do this to auto. Boom, and that should be enough since the beginning of the year. And what I see here, we are still above our 9-10 moving average, so technically we are still in a bull market. At this time, we didn't quite reach our resistance one level on these quarterly pivots on this monthly chart, but we do have higher lows and we still have higher highs. We're just getting a pretty good wick on this monthly candle at this time. So that's again why that kind of brings up the whole sell, sell, sell. Cover calls, if nothing else, or sell, get short based on your trading plan and your trading strategy, what you tend to do at this time when you start seeing that stuff happen and all. And all right, but that's what I see here. Let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, let me give us a little bit more, view of what's going on there. On this weekly chart, what I see is a red candle. I had said we was at a top last week, and I hate trading at a top. I knew it was getting close to that resistance 3 level, and when we get close to that, we tend to get sell, 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 sell. Sell your cover. On your long-term positions, with my trading plan and my trading strategy, I tend to sell covered calls on any long-term positions that I have if I don't already have something on it, and all to get me a little bit of a protection. I'm not the type who likes buying puts, but buying puts is still another way of actually, protecting your position at the time. Maybe you don't mind selling your position at a certain point, or you want to just make some money on that put if you expect the market to be going down and all. So that's what I see here. And what else I'm seeing here is that now we got a lower high and a lower low. So we at the beginning of a trend reversal. If we get another candle down here like this, which could happen, anything can happen, because I think if it really continues, we should find some support and some demand once we get around to this level right here, somewhere between, say, between 760 and 750. If we drop down to that level, I kind of expect to see some support in the market to come in there where we broke out from these tops. What was once resistance turns into support and all, and maybe a little demand. Since this is a pretty big demand candle right here, we're chewing through it, but again, it's probably about past that 50% point. But once it gets down to this level, we got to see, are those buyers going to jump back into this market again once it does get down there. So that's kind of like still being cautious and kind of watching this thing and see what's going to happen come here next week. But let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and see what we see there and wrap this on up. Daily. What I see here on this daily picture, what I see is a downward trend and all. This past Friday, last week, we saw this piercing pattern at a top. I said, be careful. We're at a top. I hate trading at a top. I know I was at a top, and I still didn't trade right. enough of that already. Just had to get it on out there, get it out of me, and we did get confirmation, that first day, after that, and that was your warning sign that this thing may continue to the downside, but now. And we almost get down to a support 3. So this was a pretty hard week, even though that was pretty tight trading last week. But kind of expect it is what it is. If you don't get that first green candle on that first day, man, just look out below. And that's what happened this week. And that's where we at. Come next week, I do see us opening maybe below pivot. So that's a thing where I'm kind of like still cautious and thinking that this market can come down here if we end up opening below this level right here. So, and that's why I'm looking at the market where we should kind of maybe find some demand somewhere. It might want to come down here and close this little gap here, and we should find some. You can go. I have to give it a big, like I said, no trade recommendation. I would have to give it a big kind of window from 750 to about 760. It's going to be our demand area where this market should, if it's going to reverse, it'll reverse in that area somewhere if it keeps continuing to the downside. So we just got to kind of like pay attention to what's happening, and I'll be careful. Be careful about shorting it. Again, your short was when I'm at a top, and I hate trading at a top. That's a hint. This thing might be getting ready to go down, and it did, And now that it's down here, like I said, it's got a little bit more room to slip. It's kind of like just kind of manage your position if you're already short, and get ready to take some profit on that short side. That's it. I'll be looking. Yeah, that's it. I know my cover calls close next week, so I'll wait and see. Unless they get below a nickel, I'll close them then just to get them out and I'll put something else on at the top. No trade recommendation. That's just the way that's just my trading plan, my trading strategy that I do with my long-term positions. And that's pretty much it. That's what I see. I see us, like I say, opening below pivot, below this level, and possibility of coming down here if we don't get a reversal right away. This market tried to reverse, but that's, again, option expiration, what this red line here represents here. A lot of times, you'll see you look at the option information that's out there, and you can see where the biggest, largest open interest is at, and it kind of gives you a guideline where this market may want to settle at. If you sometimes it does, and sometimes it don't. Nothing, again, as everything in this market, nothing is 100%, but sometimes they do give you some hints. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to share at this time. I hope everybody had a great week. Hope everybody have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. This is Right Side Trader. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.